Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melly G, and I have an update video. Last year and the year before, I had the SummerWaves Elite 16x48 above ground pool, and if you watched my previous videos, you will know that there was major issues with the pump, and there was a rod inside the rotor that kept snapping. It was a ceramic rod, and I had to come up with some creative ideas to get that rod, a different type of rod, to where it wouldn't break. And I went through that, and it worked for a little while, but I had plans to upgrade to the Intex sand filter pump, which I did. I did the conversion, bought all the stuff for the conversion. But the problem I was having was the intake and outtake were too close together. So all of the filtered water was going straight back in, and the pool was not getting clean all the way around. It had a great flow. Everything was really good, except for the far end of the pool was just growing algae, and I just could not keep it clean. So this year I decided I wanted to upgrade the pool. Took the pool down. It was really nasty, green. And the year before, when I closed it and reopened it, it was not that way. So we had a problem. So I took it down, and even the liner was melted to the poles. It was just a mess. I ended up having to cut it up. Just complete mess. Threw it away. I originally purchased this year. I purchased the Intex Prism, but I really wanted the Intex Ultra XTR. The difference between the two is just the way that it's made. Everything else was the same. The way it's made is the Ultra XTR has powder coating on it. It is a lot sturdier. And then it's supposed to be rust resistant. Also, these pools are supposed to last up to 10 years. So I didn't get the hard-sided pool like I wanted to because of the inflation of prices. I just wasn't going to pay $5,000 for a $1,500 pool. However, I did pay a little bit more for this pool. The Prism was $200 less than the XTR. So I had the Prism in the back of my SUV for a week, and when Academy got the XTR a week later, I just went up there, exchanged it, paid the difference. It comes with everything that you need for setup. It comes with a little bit bigger of a sand filter pump. I was thinking I might want to upgrade to the one size bigger, but so far this one's doing the trick, so I may not have to. This one comes with the skimmer basket already installed. There were a few things that I didn't understand why it was made the way it was made, so I did have to make a few adjustments. You will get the two outtake hoses. It does not come with the individual cutoff valves that I have on there. It comes with the T cutoff valve, which is fine. You don't have to have these. I have a reason why I have them, and I'll explain that in a minute. But also, when you hook your hose directly to the outtake, it weighs really heavy with that water. So the outtake, I mean, it just weighs all the way down, which worries me. I felt like that was just so much pressure. So I purchased these little things here from Intex. I did purchase some from Amazon that did not work out well for me. The ones that I purchased actually go over the outtake spout here, and it was just letting a lot of air in. You could hear the humming in the air. I'll link it if you guys are interested, but like I said, I did not like them. I sent them back. It was just letting a whole lot of air in, which is not good for the pump. So these that I got from Intex just go around and then clamp on. So you're not having extra stuff inside there. I did purchase, I believe this is the C connector and the A connector. So what that does is it allows for me to use these cutoff valves. I purchased these last year, and you can get them from Intex. The only Intex is a lot cheaper than purchasing it from Amazon, but the shipping is a lot more. So sometimes if you add in the shipping and you look on Amazon, you might get a better deal on Amazon. But I ended up, Amazon didn't have them when I purchased them. Everything was out of stock. Everybody was increasing the prices, so I ended up getting them from Intex. So I have both of my outtakes set up here. It does come, or I'm sorry, those are the intakes. I keep saying outtakes. Those are the intakes. This is the outtake. So the water's going to come out of here, and it does come with this cutoff valve, which is really nice that it gives you at least the two, because when you're cleaning the pool or you need to do something, you're able to cut those off and you don't have water going everywhere. So I think that's a great idea. I'm just not real happy with the way that the engineers or whoever designed this had this to where the hose weighs it down so much. So I did have to purchase these this year. They were just a few dollars, and then I already had these cutoff valves purchased. Last year I purchased a it's the Intex Deluxe Skimmer wall basket, and I decided to go ahead and put that on there. The biggest problem I was having with this thing was that it would not stay on. It would not hook on and stay on. It was loosey-goosey all the time, and there was a big gap in here. It was constantly coming off, which was pulling air in the pump, which is a big problem. And let me get this. This is the original one that it came with, and as you see, you can see the big difference. So when I would get it on there, I mean, it was just popping off, popping off, popping off. I tried everything. I even put these little things on here. I was searching on YouTube what other people were doing. It was too much. It was too much to have to worry about. So went on to Amazon, just purchased a new little hook here. And this one's made different because it fits snugly. It's not loosey-goosey. It's not coming off. So that fixed my problem. I will also link that below. One other thing that I purchased this year was a new ladder that mounts onto my deck. I really like this ladder, and it is working out really well. I mean, you can use the ladder that it comes with, but myself, I just preferred to have one that would mount on to the deck, and we can get in the pool from the deck. I just now got a little mat to go under the pool steps because I had a college graduation party for my daughter, and even with the little ones, everybody wants to hang out on the ladder. No matter how many times I tell them, get off the ladder, they stayed on the ladder. And especially the little ones, because you know, when they first get in the pool for the year, they're a little scared, and so they'll sit on the ladder a little bit. But I'm hoping this mat works out really well. I used to just purchase one like a bathtub mat that had the suctions on the bottom, but each year, and those grow algae, you have to clean them. But each year I was having to replace them. So the one I bought last year wouldn't stick anymore. So I just decided to purchase an actual ladder pool mat. We'll see how that works. but you do have to pick those up and clean them. You don't just leave them forever. So when you're cleaning your pool and you're vacuuming, you need to make sure you go ahead and pick up that mat and wash it off. I like to use, I still like to use the filter cleaners that you can purchase, the sprays. I'll show an example of that. I like the ones from Lowe's or Home Depot, and those were the sprays that I was using when I would have to clean the actual paper filters. But I haven't cleaned my pool today, so here in just a little bit I'm going to go ahead and vacuum and, you know, get out any of the stuff on the surface. As you can see, there's a few bugs. Always happens overnight. It's a bit windy here today. We're expecting a storm this afternoon, and for the next few days we're going to have rain, so my pool is a little low. This can be filled up all the way to where the spray starts on the side. So I'm not gonna refill the pool and level, you know, top it out, because we are getting the rain. So I don't want it overflowing, because it will with as much rain as we are expecting. So all in all, I've really enjoyed this pool so far. I love it. And we are getting the deck completed. My husband's been working on it. This is 2 years in the making, but I finally got steps and rails. He hasn't done this side yet. Not exactly sure if I want to do this side. I don't have little ones that live at home anymore. Both of my girls are college graduates and do not live at home, and know not to fall off the edge even if they do come over here. But I do have a great niece and little nephew, so I do worry when they come over to swim. We just have to be really careful and watch them not to come to this edge. But I haven't quite decided if I want to put railing on this side. I like this side open because I can use it for when I'm cleaning my pool and doing the things that I need. I like to have a little place to put my stuff. This little doggy is not mine. He is actually showed up the other day. He came from, there's some people that have some land kind of diagonal from us behind a house that they rent out stables, and apparently they have some sheep or something, and he is supposed to be out there guarding those sheep, but he has decided he likes to hang out over here, as do my neighbor's dogs. Maybe it's because I give them treats and I give them water. I don't feed them, but they know they can come to my house and they're going to get a little spoiled. So he's hanging out underneath the deck, getting some shade, which is really cute. So yeah, this piece of crap here going in the trash. Really happy that we got this one here. So maybe this one will last a little bit longer. When you want to use this, because you have these two intakes here, you're not going to get as much full suction on your skimmer basket. So what I end up having to do is I will close this one, so I'm only pulling from this one. And the only problem I've noticed, and I haven't figured out how to correct that, is when I have this one closed, when I have them both open, I don't get any air bubbles. But when I have the one closed and I'm just using the one for the skimmer, and I'll show you guys, I end up getting some water bubbles there. And even when I release that, if I release this, the air doesn't come out. It's just under the surface. I've opened it, I've tried everything. So for some reason, and there's no air coming anywhere, I've checked it, it's completely taut. It's coming from the skimmer basket, but I'll show you guys what it looks like so that you guys can see the difference. So it's working really well right now, pulling everything in, and that is with one of the intakes completely closed. So Looks like I got some stuff that's floating this way. And so it works really, really well. Again, I just don't know why it's pulling some air. It's not causing any issues. Like I said, it's just a surface air. So when I open this back up, and we're pulling from both of them, it will still work, but not as well. So you can tell a big difference. So I'm gonna close it again. So yeah, it's a big difference. But I really like it. It works really well. I'm gonna turn that back on after our video. To vacuum, you're gonna vacuum just like I showed in my previous videos. The only thing, when you're vacuuming with the hose and using the pump for suction, again, you're gonna need to have one of them turned off because you're not gonna get as good of a suction. That was one thing I noticed. I really wanted to purchase a automatic pool cleaner vacuum, which I may still this year. But for the meantime, I decided to purchase this rechargeable. It's a Coquito, I believe, or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Coquito, I guess. I don't know. Academy carries this brand, but this is the Tesla 40. It is rechargeable, so you know, you don't have to hook a hose to it. You're just going to hook your pole. So I just use my pole that I have my skimmer net on, hook my pole to it, and it comes with this bag, which I need to get a replacement because there was a snag here. But this bag just goes onto the top here, and as you can see, there's a little thing in there. This little thing will break up big items. Guys, I did not think this would work. I bought it with the intentions of taking it back because I really did not think it was going to work. It was about 150 bucks, and honestly, I did not have high hopes. But I love it. It's worked out so well. Again, I would like to have the automatic one that I can just put it in the pool and let it do its thing. But this has cut down my time on vacuuming. I can do it inside the pool, outside the pool. It has just cut down on my time so much. So this mesh bag will actually hold little bitty particles. As you can see right here, there are some stuck in here. These are not going to come out anyway when I'm vacuuming, but there's a piece of foam in here that helps keep it up, float it up. So when you're vacuuming, floats up, it just turns on right here. It suctions up, cuts up any of the big stuff, and everything goes into the bag. It works so well. And out here where I live, it's always windy. I live in an area, I mean, people drive by, there's rock roads, so I get lots of dust, and it always goes straight into my pool. But this little fella here, not bad at all. I have heard read reviews on Amazon because there wasn't any reviews on Academy. It's much more expensive on Amazon, but some people said after 2 weeks it quit working, this and that. I think it really depends on how you take care of it. It will hold a charge for up to like 75 minutes. It gives you, there's a light on here, and it'll give you a warning, a 15-minute warning when it's about to go dead. I have vacuumed 3 times without recharging it. I haven't tried it past that. I guess I could to see how many times I could actually vacuum before it actually goes completely dead. But usually after 3 times, I stick it on the charger. I don't leave it on the charger forever. Once it's charged, it gives you a green light to let you know it's fully charged. So once it's charged, I take it off. So the biggest thing is you don't want, it's just like anything with the battery, like your phone. You know, you don't want to keep it on the charger forever. that does end up messing up the battery, and the life of it will decrease. But I will link this again. I'll link it. I'll link everything. I'll link all my maintenance products that I use. One thing I try to tell people, you know, when they ask me about chemicals and what they should use and things like that, is if it's not broke, don't fix it. I had a previous coworker that they purchased a pool, and they took a sample of water to the pool place, and they told them all the chemicals that they need, and they were like, you need to put this in here once a week, you need to put this in here once a week. So the biggest thing with Shock is Shock has a ton of chlorine in it, and I know it says to use it once a week, but I think that's more or less for the big in-ground pools. These above ground pools, unless I have a lot of people over swimming, I only shock it when I need to. I shock it after, if we have several days of rain, because rain messes up everything. I may have to adjust my pH with pH up or pH down. But once you get your water with all the levels completely perfect, then you're not going to do anything to it unless you need to. So this year, when I put the water in the pool, as soon as I got it filled up, it took a few days, we had horrible storms. So I shocked it. And other than that, I put chlorine tablets in my floater. I like to use the Arm & Hammer Clear Balance. I use that once a week, and I just put it in with my chlorine tablet in the floater. That helps keep all the water balance. I decided to go ahead and do a maintenance treatment for algae, just to put it in there. That helps with the, just keep it from growing. But I haven't had a problem with algae. Haven't seen anything. My test strips have not shown any algae, but I did it just for maintenance. But other than that, besides vacuuming it and cleaning it, I only shock it if I have tons of rain, or have, like I said, when I had my daughter's college graduation party out here and there was tons of people in and out of the pool. Pool got super dirty. I'm sure there might have been some little ones that have probably pottied in my pool, so I shocked it. But other than that, I just do regular keeping the pool clean. Vacuum it. I vacuum my pool every single day. I keep the surface clean. I skim it. If it needs to be vacuumed twice a day, I'll vacuum in the morning and in the evening. But keeping your pool clean will help keep the water levels the way that you need it to be. But if you don't want to clean it every day, then your water's not going to be clean every day. And it's not going to stay clean, and you're going to be spending more money and more time on chemicals, which you don't want to have a pool full of chemicals all the time. You want it to be nice and clean, and you want it to be really pleasant on your skin. No irritations. I did just purchase a thermometer for this year. I had to purchase a new one, and I got this one at Lowe's. It says it's 80 degrees in there, but of course it always feels much colder than that. So my vacuuming, I will not be getting in the pool. Again, I'm expecting some rain, so I'm not going to get in the pool right now. Okay, so right in the middle of me trying to film, my mother-in-law shows up and just starts talking while I'm filming. Never fails. Every time I try to do something, somebody has to come interfere, but it's always when I'm doing something. And now one of the neighbors is mowing, so I apologize if there's background noise. But I wanted to add, with this filter pump, you do have to backwash it. I actually rigged up a hose. I have an extra hose just like this that hooks onto here. And then I have another, I think this is the A adapter that I hook onto it. And then I use it's really like a sewer drainage hose, and I just use a little clamp to clamp it on and hold it tight. And that way it's really long, and I can run it out into the yard. But when you're backwashing, you will see on here that it's dirty, so you backwash until this is clear and the water that is coming out of the hose is clear. I backwash about every week or 2 weeks, normally 2 weeks, because my pool's not super dirty all the time and I'm not vacuuming into the pump. So, but you can also tell on the gauge if it gets close to the yellow, then you need to backwash. But like I said, I do every couple weeks or so because I am not vacuuming into using the pump right now. If I were, I would definitely have to backwash it every week. After you backwash, you definitely need to put it on the rinse cycle for 2 to 3 minutes. What that does is it helps settle the sand, and once the sand is settled, you know, then you don't have all that nasty sand mess trying to come out into your pool when you turn the filter back on. After my mother-in-law left, I went ahead and vacuumed the pool. As you can see here, I've got some dirt particles and leaves in there, and I like to let this dry and then I dump it because it's easier to get everything out of there when it's dry, because when it's wet it does stick to the little bag here. So I'm going to dump that, clean the bag, and I always put up the vacuum, and I have in my office I have a place that I put it. I have a towel that I set it on top of a box to let it dry out. You want to let it completely dry out before you use it again. Looks like we got us a little friend, spider friend. He wants to get in my vacuum. We're gonna move it. I don't want him to get in there and me take it in the house. Okay, so I cleaned my pool. I vacuumed it. I turned the pump off to eliminate some noise. I'm gonna turn it back on and let the skimmer do its work. I will also probably just skim the top of it, but my pool's really clean. I got it nice and clean so that when the rain comes in, it gets it all dirty again for me. It's just a never-ending cycle out here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my update on the pool for this year, and I'm going to really enjoy this and enjoy my deck with my new chairs. By the way, I got those chairs at Big Lots. They were having a 50% off their patio furniture sale, so I was able to get 2 for the price of 1. And those lounge chairs, if you guys don't know, they can get pretty expensive, so I was really excited to be able to get those half off. Wanted to mention another thing. If you decide to get a pool, if you don't have one or you're wanting to get a new one, and I'm not sponsored in any kind of way, I just like to give you guys tips. Academy will, if you purchase it online, and you can do like a online to pick up, so you're not paying any shipping, but you can pay it out in 4 payments. I think it's every 2 weeks they will deduct from your account with PayPal, and I think there's another one called Klarna or something like that. Anyway, it does like an auto draft every 2 weeks, so you're not paying for it all at once if you need to do that to pay it out and don't want to put it on credit. I don't like putting things on credit, so usually if I don't have the money to buy it, I don't get it. But that's just a little tidbit, and you can do that. I think it has to be a certain amount, but I think over $35, maybe $50, if you do that, you could pay it out. So that is a good tip with Academy. So a lot of other places are doing that also. If you can purchase it online and pay with PayPal, it will give you that option to pay in the 4 payments. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I promise I'm going to do better with responding to comments and emails. I've just really been busy this past year with my new job, and both my daughters graduated from college. We all got the forbidden C word virus. We had a couple deaths in the family, so things have been really just busy, and I've really neglected my channel, but I promise I am going to try and do better. I do get a lot of questions from you guys. Most of the time the questions are answered in the videos, so please watch the videos. And if you have, you know, questions about maintenance, chemicals I use, I have a video about that. I will go ahead and also put that particular video, the link, in the comments in case you guys want to watch that. But remember, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, keep your water clean, keep your pool clean. It is a daily chore. If you want to have a nice pool, if you want to keep your water clean, if you want to reduce the chemicals that you're having to put in and reduce the expenses of that, just clean it every day. Make sure you maintain it, and your pool will last you a long time and your water will be perfect. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, this is Melly G. Talk to you guys later. Bye.